Welcome back to Review Outdoors. My name's Aaron. This channel is all about doing outdoor gear reviews for you guys, agenda free. This channel isn't sponsored by any product or any company. I purchase these products that I review with my own money. I just do a review because a lot of times the products that I buy, there's not a lot of video reviews on these products. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Today I am reviewing a fairly new tent from what I can tell. So I purchased this tent on Amazon, and it's from a company that some of you may know, some of you may not know. Let's check it out. This is the OneTigris Hillridge trekking pole tent. I have looked on OneTigris's website. They do not list this tent on their website, but it is on Amazon. It's also listed in their Amazon store. So I thought, you know what? I need a new tent for backpacking. I needed to cut the weight. So this is going to be a first look video at the OneTigris Hillridge trekking pole tent. Let's check it out. The Hillridge trekking pole tent is a 2-person tent. It features a 20D Sil-Coated Nylon, waterproof rating of 3,000 millimeters. It has YKK zippers, YNS clips. The weight of the Hillridge trekking pole tent is 3 pounds. All right, so just my first thoughts, just of the package here itself. The stuff sack feels really thin, and so I'm gonna set this thing up. Let's check it out. Let's see if the tent is like this stuff here. It could be. I've never had a tent quite like this before, so I'm interested to set this thing up and see what it's made of, how it feels, all that stuff. So let's jump into it right now. When you're setting up a tent like this, or any tent for that matter, you really need a footprint. I have something like Tyvek from House Construction, and that's what I'm using for a footprint today. This is the first time that I am even opening this. I received this just today. So it feels about like the same material that the stuff sack is made of. Here's the stakes. It comes with stakes, but you do need trekking poles for this tent. It looks like they have the guy lines mostly attached to all the points, which is nice. With a tent like this, you do have to stake out the 4 corners first before you put in the trekking poles. So let's do that next. Comes with some pretty nice stakes here. Now this is this is kind of a strange design. It's not something that I have seen before. I do think that this tent is going to be a little finicky, and I'll probably have to play with it a little bit to get a really good pitch on this tent. But for now, I do have the corners staked out. Now let's go ahead and put the trekking poles in. Now these do need to be guyed out to stay up. So I'm going to do that next. Alright, so the first trekking pole is in along with the first guy line. Now we're going to go to the back. We're going to do the same thing. Alright, so the OneTigris Hillridge tent is all set up. This is what it looks like. This is with the guy lines back here. It actually pulls that out a little bit, so there's more room inside. This is a single wall tent, so it's not gonna do too great with condensation, I don't think, but it is open all the way around the bottom there, and then the doors are all mesh as well. Now, one thing that I don't like about this, that I can pitch it a little bit better, is these long, I don't even know if you can see them, they're black, these long, very long guy lines. So I'm probably going to have to try to shorten those, because those are a big, huge trip hazard, and you can't even see them. I can barely see them out here in the daylight. So if it's dark, I don't know how I'm going to be able to see them. So I'm going to need to shorten those, or really hike up these locks here, way up here, and shorten them as much as I can. But with all that being said, let's take a look inside. Now the pitch could probably be a little bit better on this, but it's okay. The floor does feel pretty, it's just like the material on the stuff sack, so it feels really quite cheap. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed with it, actually. This is some really rough ground. I would rather it be just plain dirt or grass, but this is what I had to deal with today. But I'm kind of liking it. There's some fasteners on the outside here to adhere your trekking poles to, so that the bathtub floor will sit down nicely. I probably have it stretched a little too far, and so I'm going to need to back that off probably a little bit when I pitch this again. But in all four corners, you have the pockets. And then up here, you've got some light hooks up here, and the door, it's kind of a weird door. I would have rather they just gone all the way down and all the way across. I would have liked it even more had they done a full door, so it comes down here in the middle, so down from the top, goes that way and goes this way. But I understand they want to keep it sealed from all the bugs. This is all seam sealed, at least it's supposed to be. And that's about it, guys. I'm pretty impressed. I think this is going to be a good tent for backpacking, especially in the summer. I don't know about waterproofness yet, so don't run out and buy this tent just yet. I want to do some testing with this tent to see if it's actually waterproof, because I would hate for you as a consumer to run out and buy a product that is not water tested. That's the one thing that I am so frustrated with a lot of tent review videos on YouTube, is that they do not show whether the tent is actually waterproof. They don't test it. And it's easy to test. You can run a hose on it if it's not going to rain anytime soon, or you can just pitch it in the rain or before it rains and let it just get soaked and see how the dice rolls. So that's what I'm going to do with this tent. I'm going to bring you the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to let you know what I think of this tent once I get all my testing done with it. But for now, I'm quite impressed with the build quality. I only have one experience with OneTigris products, and that is with a hiking chair. So I don't have any experience with their tents. And so I thought this one would be a great way to start that out. Let's go outside and then we'll talk price. All right, so the question that is on everyone's mind, I'm sure, is how much does this tent cost? The cost for this tent, I paid $130, I believe it was $139 on Amazon, and it shipped within 3 days. So $139 for a trekking pole tent that weighs 3 pounds. Now again, I don't have any idea whether this tent is waterproof or not. They claim, OneTigris claims that it is. I'm going to test that out. But for now, this has been the first look at the OneTigris Hillridge tent, trekking pole tent. Again, it's a 2-man tent. It's a little on the small side for 2 people. It would be great for one person, but I think my son and I can fit in there when we go hiking together. So, all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you click the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I put out a new video. And that's it, guys. I will see you in the next video.